We are a perfect day at Rosehill for the top-up show. No Paul Daly, he's doing netball duties, and no Gord, he's still drinking in a bar somewhere in Erskineville. So.
Not sure if Paul's playing netball in Fiji, but he'll be back next week. This is the intimate top-up show.
The two of us, with two old men in the park.
Well, yeah, but a bit to talk about because obviously a lot of what we were talking about yesterday on the previous show has been nullified by some drastic scratchings in certainly the two small fields. Who'd have thought of it, Glenn, that in the small field mares you'd lose two significant runners, and
in the staying race you lose three. People don't like money, Mark. $125,000 is the staying race. You lose three runners down a field of five. Disgraceful. Our standard of stayers is just terrible. Bring back Bindi. Where are you, Bindi?
Anyway, we're still heavy. The penetrometer,
nice
yeah. I mean, you know, we're just on the worst side of slow at best. That's the situation at Rosehill. It's a clay track that once it gets wet, it's not quick to dry. So, as you were, the track a fortnight ago was classed as good, but was probably soft, and this track is obviously closer to heavy. It'll be interesting to see how the two meetings gel together. Not a lot of action in the first, Glenn. Obviously, there's a little bit of softness about number one, Diodoro, and more interest in the 2 and the 4, which seems reasonable, seems logical.
Seems sort of what we, what's the word?
Forecast.
That's the word. Yesterday in the previous show, which anyone can see if they give us an email and get involved with marketing, join us, 2 weeks for free. I was super warm on Toulouse yesterday overnight. I'm cooling down. I don't know why. Right.
Are you warming up anywhere else, or are you just
I'm
just seeing a bit of grey?
I've greyed right up. I don't know why. I've got 5 runners in the first race, and you tell me the horse that can't win the race.
No, I can't give you one.
Yeah.
Yeah, an interesting race. I'm still keen on 2, but it is a fascinating little clash. Race 2, not a lot of change again. Bocelli's still quite firm at around the 270, 260. We'll give a good guide to the track as well, Bocelli, because you imagine that he will be deep. He will be looking to run on.
He will be, and that worries me, especially with Corey. I don't think Corey's spot that. Doing the tapes last night, I was surprised what a good class race it was, that Ipswich race, but Reeling is. I know it's coming back in distance, but El Campeador, I mean, it's a serious horse up north, El Campeador. Zamex goes good, and there's a few other runners in that race. I thought it did a good job. I expect Reeling to get into the finish there at about $7.
Okay. Race 3, and Gresham is the soft one, and everything else seems to firm. I'd say particularly Asterius, who's now into $8. But most of the others have tightened a couple of rolls, so obviously they didn't have enough percentage in the market, or they have put more percentage in the market this morning. But
still pretty keen on Liz Duvana. Still think it's one of the better
easy
bets.
To like.
Yeah, I want $3.80. I don't want to be taking 2 to 1, but $3.80.
Well, it is $3.95 as we speak. So
yeah,
we'll see how that holds up. It's an unfashionable yard. You wouldn't expect it to get in too tight, and you've got a team of wallers there that everyone loves a waller.
Round and round and round they go.
Trains lots of winners.
Trains lots of scratchings too. Fuck. Drives me mad, it does.
Okay, the race that I made Brook Magic my best, she does appear to get a few more favours now with the scratching of Alicio, and difficult to get, perhaps has to do a bit more chasing than she might have had to do.
Gets the job done. Straight on the bunny, no contest. Maybe difficult to get her, but that does. Look, yesterday you were tipping it when it was like $3. I wasn't that keen on it. Now it's $2. I think it's a terrific bet.
Yeah, okay. You're saying it's much better at $2 than it was at $3.
Yeah, well, because like outside the lead there, the scratching, Eliseo was a genuine horse and a genuine chance, and set the race up maybe for something else to get into the race, whereas now it's...
Yeah, that factor has disappeared.
It looks a pair of aces, doesn't it?
Race 5, and the John Sargent 3-year-old filly with the out-wide form is now into $4.40, so she's outright favourite by a decent margin.
That's Tornado Gal.
And Firebird Flyer was 50s into 25s. Regine, some firming there as well. I suppose she can do it, Glenn. It's we're talking about an 1800 metre race, but
I suppose who can do it? Tornado Gal.
Yeah,
I suppose she can, but it looks a deep race. It looks a race of lots of different bits of form. The Chickabella race is a lead up, and I suppose the only one I can back out of that race is La Chickabella. But I still think Sweet Victory from Barrier 1, Timmy's going to be in the right spot there. He's going to get a PR for sure, Sweet Victory.
Yeah, well, look, it was unsuited the other day. I know it went poorly, but it was very much unsuited the other day. Now, the 2400 metre race. We've lost our last start 2400 metre horse. We've still got a pair of last start 3200 metre horses. I'm not sure if that's quite the same.
Well, it's an embarrassment, the whole race, isn't it? Just cancel it.
Well,
First
it's
leg
not
of
an
the 20.
embarrassment because you've got 5 runners and they're all live.
Well, they are live, but 5 slow horses going round in the slogfest.
So do you want an extra 5 horses that can't win?
I just want 10 horse races. Is it too much to ask for?
Yeah, it is
the dogs get 8 in every race.
No, we've had this discussion. You know, you don't have to pay to race. In fact, you get all sorts of bonuses and down to 10th. You have to pay a shitload to barrier trial, and yet people would rather barrier trial. So
I'm doing a Gord there. Just send me 33.
All right, yeah. It's,
you got anything to say?
No, I've got nothing to say about this race because I can make a case against all runners. So whilst I understand the merit of Sayed, it's sitting there at $2.45, which doesn't appeal. The feature, the Civic, Jungle Edge, as is a morning firmer. He's into $6.50, so in from 8. All other runners pretty much as you were. I suppose...
Great little race.
If we look at the track for this race last year, and Gold Symphony won this race last year, it was a mixed bag. The rail was out 3, the track was a 6, and you could win on the fence, you could lead, you could come from behind. Jungle Edge, was it the Monstar that ran in this race that Gold Symphony mowed down? Do you remember?
I think it was.
Yeah, so I mean, Jungle Edge has got a lot of the Monstar about him here, and I understand the appeal. Obviously, Flow and Dreamforce have returned very well, and then you've got a host of other chances.
A host of chances, a lot of 14s to 25.
90-yard mile.
Yeah, I won't be able to breathe out of there.
The penultimate, Prometheus, the market mover there, $9 into $7.50. I guess the setup is fairly good, although it does appear to have become known as pet horse. Mapmaker and the Avenger are the other horses under double figures. It's a pedestrian-looking race. Anything else to say?
I think Braces at $15 is big odds, Mark. I think it's going to be in the really nice spot there, and he's going to get a PR. Mapmaker, the horse to beat, just getting the lead. I think the lead's important there.
It's amazing how it's become your go-to Saturday horse in this style of race.
Mapmaker?
Yeah, when he was battling to be a country horse 2 preparations ago.
Oh, they get older, they develop. And
well, I did hear Bernie Cooper summarising the Sunshine Coast. He said he's a 6-year-old on the way up, was just about to turn 7.
Wow. Well,
that was after she said, "I really want Chris Muntz to win this race as a trainer."
What the hell does that mean?
Anyway,
we get it all on the.
It's never-ending entertainment.
Girl jockeys becoming media superstars just to torture us for the rest of our lives.
All right. Well, the interest in the last race, Glenn, is the fact that Gerald Ryan, 5th up, is it? Tango Rain is the firmer, 5 into 7-2.
Yeah. Look, on paper race, it looks to have a good pace, Mark. I'm looking for a blouse there. I don't know if it's Perizada or if it's Malahat, but I'm looking for something to get over the top of them late.
We'll test the Rosehill 1100 metre theory. Which
even Easy Eddie can get in the race here after that disappointment the other day over 1200.
7 back to 1100.
Back to 1100. That's good little card here today, guys.
Yeah, so get involved with us. We've got a ton of product that comes out to you each week. Obviously, there are the 4 shows, 3 of them which are subs only, Monday, Tuesday and Friday. And then we have all Sydney City meetings covered with a set from me and the mounting yard from Glenn. And on Saturdays, we extend ourselves to Brisbane with the mounting yard and Melbourne with a very, very good, deep, comprehensive set from John Walters. So that's a lot of product, and that's $22 a week. You will get the first 2 weeks free. So sign up and you will not pay for the first 2 weeks, and you can cancel any time. So obviously, you can try it and won't have to pay for it. So check us out, RacingRant.com. And we hope to have you with us.
Good bunny.